they suddenly heard a series of harsh, loud screams come from somewhere above them. It sounded like quarrelsome old men fussing at each other. Tobias put his hand on Zek's shoulder and cautioned him to be very quiet. A flock of 10 birds lit in an oak tree just ahead of them. Zek's eyes widened in wonderment as he stared at them. They were 1 foot long and 6 inches tall, with long, pointed tails and yellow heads that became rich orange around their bills. Zek whispered, "What are they, Papa? I've never seen birds like that." He was afraid they would fly away too soon, and he felt that he could stare at them forever. "They're Carolina parakeets. I come on them down here every once in a while, but not often. They stay mostly along bottomland. They used to be in swamps up in Georgia in the summer, but they're gone now. Folks killed them for the meat and the tail feathers. The cold kills them too, and that's why they'd always fly south in winter. If it ever comes a hard enough freeze down here, and stays that way long enough, it'll probably wipe them out if they ain't all been shot and et by then." "I wouldn't kill them," Zek said, his eyes still wide. "They're too pretty to kill. I'd rather shoot a ugly old crow and let the parakeets alone just to look at." "Some folks don't care," Tobias said. "When I was about your age, I followed some men on a hunt, and they'd come on some of these birds in a swamp. They shot one, and when it fell to the ground, the others flew off into the trees. In a few seconds, one of them came back to the dead one, and then they all started coming back one by one. They are the only birds I have known to do this. They kept coming back to the dead till the men just sat there and killed every one of them. Maybe they were coming back to grieve over the dead, I don't rightly know. But when them men found out that if you kill one Carolina, then the others will keep coming back to the dead, they hunted them and shot every one in the county. Wiped them out clean. Let's let the birds be and move on now and see can we find us a deer." As they started forward, the birds flew away, again screaming loudly. Zek wondered if he would see them again. He stared after them until the sound could no longer be heard. Tobias said, "We'd best cross the creek here. The meadow's just over yonder." They waded through the cool water and skirted the south end of a canebrake. Just past this, there were more dense woods. Then the trees thinned out along the edge of the meadow. As they approached the opening, they got down on hands and knees and crawled. The clearing was covered by a slightly swaying carpet of deep green rye, but it was empty. No deer were to be seen. Tobias eased out into the meadow cautiously, searching each path that led back into the woods. Then he stopped and dropped to his knees. There was a pile of manure on the ground, and when he touched it, it was warm. He said, "We must have just missed them. They ain't been gone 2 minutes. Maybe they heard us coming and took off. Let's ease back to the edge of the woods and wait. They might come back if we'll be real quiet."